Hey, we're starting a matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Night after night in the dark, I'm alone. So find me a match of my own.
Hello, I thought you were a comedian.
Is
not
that Fat Yishikoyach to me?
Shkaya.
Welcome to And Here's Modi, and we have such a special guest from the show, Jewish Matchmaking. We have Alisa ben Shalom. Ben Shalom. Depends if you're Sephardic or Ashkenazi. With a show on Netflix called Jewish Matchmaking. We have Periel, who is in a match. She's already married. She's, yes.
Well,
Yes. By the way, that
That's a
well
different show.
that she just did gets her the biggest laugh in her whole act. She gets on stage and goes, "I'm married to an Israeli." Everybody's like, "Yes!" And she goes, "Eh." That's the biggest laugh she has in the whole. I'm not. Now you have other laughs too. And it's so good to see you. Your show's so fun. You're fun, and so we obviously are going to find out the secrets of Jewish matchmaking, and give us. Do we have any intro background? How does it?
yeah, we have.
Those of you listening, obviously, there's no school to go to be a matchmaker.
True. Except now there is, because I have my own courses and programs, because there is nothing.
There's nothing.
Well, okay, it's also not true. They're developed an international matchmaking group that and they have matchmaking training, but specifically for Jewish singles. If you're looking for anything like that, there's no one way to do it, but now there is.
But you
here.
also say that everybody can be their own matchmaker, right?
And not just your own. Everybody should be a matchmaker.
Yes.
This is like everybody's hobby. You need to set your friends up, period, your family, your people. You need to set people up. You know people, they know people, put them together.
And not just for weddings.
Not just for weddings.
Not just for weddings. I believe people need to, when you see people you know need to meet. An amazing example.
A business match, amazing.
An amazing example is two people, I'll tell you, that are amazing at this. Kim Kushner.
Okay.
She can, at her Shabbos table, can put together a crew of people who need to meet each other. We met Jay Cohen there. Well, we knew Jay Cohen, but we ended up doing a summer house with him. And Jay Cohen, the chef, the New York Times best-selling chef, also is such a shatran. Of just, you should meet him, they should meet them, guys get lunch, and things happen like that. And that's not for marriage, that's just for friendship.
Friendship, business, personal connections, life, something, anything. Yes, we should always be doing this.
But they should have a feel inside them that it's not just because it's two people that work in the same industry.
Right. So, okay.
Yeah.
Is it true that it's a mitzvah to make a shidduch? Is that true?
There's this.
Well, yes, and so of course it's a mitzvah to bring people together. It's the most incredible thing to have two people that have their own life and their own world, and you bring them together. But it is not. Some people are like, you make 3 matches and you go to heaven.
Yes.
There's no source for it, not from any religion anywhere, and everybody believes it. It's one of those
No!
We all know it, we all believe it. You ask anybody. I've asked dozens of rabbis. I've asked anybody,
know how
all different
many
backgrounds.
times I would say in the Gemara it says the Talmud. I've never said it about that. I've never said it about that. But I've heard that if you make 3 shidduchim, 3 matchmaking,
free pass to
yeah, that's what I heard too. But
I'm working on the Anshe Bediche. If you're a comedian, you get a free pass to heaven. So I'm on that one.
Do Jews believe in heaven?
We believe, Olam Haba, yes.
But Olam Haba, Gan Eden, this, there's an eternal place of, let's call it comfort, joy, satisfaction, and a place to be in the good place. And there's a total place of sitting with all the stuff that you did that you shouldn't have done and just really uncomfortable. But that also ends.
So the way I explain it in my show is like this. Well, because Leo's Catholic. Mm-hmm. So Catholics believe in hell, which I think is easier than what Jews have. Jews have a Gilgul. So if you don't finish off what you have to do in this lifetime, you come back and finish it off in another lifetime.
Gilgul,
reincarnation.
Reincarnation. So do you really want to come back and do the SATs again? I would rather burn. I'd rather burn me. Just burn me. Let it just fry me. Let's finish it. I'm done. I don't want to come back and do SATs and puberty and a mother-in-law. You don't want that, do you? You don't want another mother-in-law, do you?
I'm in hell right now.
Chas v'shalom.
I always tell people.
No, come on. No, we are not killing time. We have so many questions for
we
you.
have a
I'm here.
whole-
I'm here.
We're obsessed with you. Okay. Okay. So.
game.
Okay.
We're going to start backwards.
Go
Well,
ahead.
first of all, is there anything that you want to say, like, out of the
Like,
gate?
what's your thing?
My thing is that everybody has a match and everybody has the potential to meet their match.
Amen.
And there's not only one human being for you. You've seen people get married, they get divorced, they get remarried. So what do you think? They have one soulmate and who's the second person? Just
Right.
their partner? Like,
So you say that you make your soulmate under the chuppah.
that's it. You get married.
You make
Yeah.
the soulmate, but you have let's
And you
just,
keep them by not divorcing them or by them not dying.
okay. That's al
But
pi
then you
Talmud.
free
That's
up.
al pi
But then
halacha.
you free up if you become like a free soul, like a free radical. You're a free soul. You can match up again, and the way that if you get married again, yay! Now you have a new soulmate.
But I also believe that you have a soulmate that is friends of like a friend of yours who's a soulmate. I have.
Oh, I call that soul family. They're in your soul family.
That's a soul
When I
family.
say soulmate, I mean life partner, that person you're going to choose to live with. I'm all in for like the soul family or like a business
Okay.
soulmate or like
Gotcha.
people that are in
So you have
your inner circle. That's like your people.
no,
you
but
know?
within the people, if I have friends who have their inner family, but some of them are not soul family. They're just
Well, they're biologically, spiritually
Yeah.
soul family, but then they
Yeah.
have their other soul family, which is like
no, but
my
I have
people.
I have I have my soulmate.
Right.
I have my soulmate. I have somebody that I'm connected to on such a level that's insane, and we bring light into the world, and we're growing together.
Who?
Leo.
I'm just kidding.
And then I have my soul family. Dina is my soul family. Ron, my cousin from Israel, is a soul family. His mother was a soul family to me. All of that is soul. So you call that soul family.
right. And I would
Okay.
say, and you don't even have to be related to them. There was a rabbi that
Yeah,
we were
correct.
the rabbi that married us, and that we're very close with. They're like our soul family. Are we blood relatives? We're
No.
not, but we are for sure spiritually.
For sure,
connected.
people.
Okay, you guys
and
are
I
getting off
believe
track.
no, and I wait because so then we're off track. Then I believe that those are people you came back into the world with things with them. You came back to finish this Gilgul with them. The people that are hard. Okay, so you come back and you have people put into your life like here's your sisters, here's your mother and father. You have to get this thing right. Right? Or either cancel them or work it out with them and then you have the people that come in to help you in this world. Maybe you helped them in the past life. Maybe they helped in this life. Okay, now we're fully off track.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that Jews believed in
Jewish
reincarnation.
matchmaking.
Okay, so this is a little bit of a
We have
controversial.
questions too. You're the only guest we prepared questions for.
No, but this is like a little bit of like a controversial take, right? This idea that you make your soulmate under the
Is it?
chuppah.
I don't know. 'Cause
No.
I don't know any other take. Is it controversial?
Yeah,
Not
because
at all.
no, people,
No. I have heard people say, I met my soulmate, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I said, did you get married? They say no. I said, then they were only your potential soulmate. They weren't your soulmate. They could have been your soulmate if you did not marry them. Even if you feel like you were soulmates, I'm happy that you feel that, and that's a really nice feeling. But the way that we're a body and a soul in Alisa's world.
Yes,
okay,
we're
everybody,
in Alisa's world.
everybody
Right,
can
yeah.
believe what they want to believe.
No,
it's
we're
fine.
in
But come
Alisa's
into my
world.
world
Yes.
for a minute. We are a body and a soul. So we're a spiritual thing and a physical thing. So a soul mate is a spiritual thing, soul mate thing in this world, physical, right? So how do you make a mate? A life partner, you get married, right? So that's, to me, the definition of soulmate is in that moment I picked you, and to the rest of the world I said, no, thank you, not you, not you, not you, nobody, I don't want anybody else. I just picked
I like
you.
that. It's like an active decision.
No,
Like,
so in the chuppah, you have the 7 blessings. In the chuppah, the two souls come together and they go into in the Jewish world, things happen in 10 degrees. Yes, the Sfirot. You have Keter, Chachma, Bina, Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yisod, and Malchut.
What?
So we are in...
Rabbi Modi.
Right. So we have the 7 blessings that bring them from the lower worlds into the upper worlds. That's why you have the Sheva Brachot. And whoever gives them puts that energy into them to go to combine their souls and go into the upper world. I've done many marriages. I explain this. Am I right or wrong?
I'm bringing him with me to every program from now on.
I am in shock right now. I'm about
Absolutely.
to have another wedding.
No, you should have hired me the first time. Her cheap husband wouldn't hire me for the wedding. That, believe it or not.
That was how we met.
Anyway, yeah. So yes, you're doing a ceremony to combine it. But if we're gonna go into the laws of Judaism, people that live together already are considered married.
Yes.
You're married under a few things, and correct me if I'm wrong. Shtar, there's a contract. There's monetary, which is like the ring, and then the brachot. Either one alone will marry you, or all 3 you do. Am I right or wrong? I could be wrong.
But
I talk on this podcast.
I'm not a
as
rabbi.
If
I'm not a rabbi.
Neither
I'm
is
not a rabbi.
I'm
You're not a
neither am
rabbi.
I. It's just my podcast.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna.
No, is this my podcast?
So I'm gonna leave it like this. Modern day, how we're living now.
Yeah.
You're not like, if you live with somebody and then it doesn't work out, the rabbi's not going to tell you need to get divorced before moving on. So the way that we're holding is through marriage today. The specific things in the Torah, exactly. Talk to a rabbi. Bring him on the podcast.
Absolutely.
We have
We have
can have your resident rabbi.
We have an official rabbi of the
podcast.
Of the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Great.
we
So
also have a lawyer. Now we
The
have a
lawyer,
now you have a
we
match.
have-
I want to
yeah.
be the official matchmaker.
We
There
have
can't
a
be any other
we have
official
a
matchmaker of
meat
the podcast.
provision.
We have a meat provision,
Provider.
A&H provisions. Now A&H provisions, ladies and gentlemen, for your best kosher meats. Obviously, the best hot dogs in the world. Go to kosherdogs.com.
.net. Also,
Oh my God, kosherdogs.net. Use promo code MODI for 30% off of your first order. Back to the podcast.
Can I bring them into Israel?
yeah, I'm
I
sure
think
they
that,
would love
I'm
that.
sure that.
My husband is like the barbecue king.
Oh, so he
Oh,
should.
yeah.
We can make
talk?
sure you go home with a big package.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So I'm sorry. Back to what you were saying.
Yeah.
That was amazing, by the way. That's
yeah.
seamless.
Seamless. Go ahead. You were saying that
So modern day, you get married. That's how we make a wedding. That's how we bring 2 souls together. And we're literally saying, you're a part of a soul and you're a part of a soul. And oh, wow, you just joined them together. Now you're a part, like you are the soul, right? Like
yeah.
your soulmate is that piece to your soul that completes you, pulls it together, whatever. But like you literally, the woman circles around the man during the chuppah to bind the neshamas, to bind those souls
I thought it
together.
was to protect. Don't.
I don't think I
Also-
did that. No,
I'm
like
sure
upset
you didn't.
now.
I'm sure you didn't.
Also,
So-
there's many different things. There's not just one. In Judaism, there's just one reason that something happens? Never, right? So fine. So we bring them together and that's what we do. And the whole goal, we go into the world, we're looking all over. Where am I going to find my person? And everybody's looking for one. And you only need one, but we have options. Like there's stock options, there's soulmate options. You have soulmate options and you have the ability to choose who you want to be your life partner. Could there be somebody that might be a better match or a more qualified? Whoever you end up marrying, that's who God needed and wanted you to marry. And you have free will to pick your person. And there's a lot of options in this world.
Wow.
So this is like,
Very nice. Good gezuk. That's very good. Okay. So again, and we're going to go back to where this people are going to really want to hear this. So in the chuppah, whenever I perform a ceremony for a chatan and kala, I give them the menu.
okay.
Here's the menu. From A to Z, a bedekin, there's the mikvah.
You give them a choice, you mean?
Not the choice. I go, this is everything that you can do that is a part of a full-blown Orthodox Jewish ceremony.
Okay.
Do you want to walk around him 7 times or no? He goes, no.
No, so it's a menu. You're giving a choice.
I explained to them that the talit has to come from the wife because it's the energy of Makif, surrounding light. So you're giving him this talit under the chuppah, and we do the blessing I do a Birkat HaKohanim, the blessings of the Kohanim under the chuppah too, So I let them know what I go. You can invite different people to do the 7 blessings and bring their energy.
You knew he ran all these?
Yeah,
okay. I'm the only one
and you
that
can
doesn't.
bring 7 people to put their energy in. If you know some big rabbi that you want to put his energy in your soulmate, a doctor, a billionaire, somebody that want all of those energies.
I like the theory of this. I see. You want a
like
doctor,
the
you want a billionaire, you want a rabbi, you got your spiritual, financial, and health.
You want their blessing in the steps of your souls going into the upper world. That's what it is.
You're very impressive.
Wait, I'm not okay. So I give them the menu of what they want.
What is Bedecken?
It's a ceremony that they have. She keeps us in track when we get too Jewish. A bedecken is where the groom goes and unveils the bride before.
Oh.
But I do that. I bring her down halfway down the aisle. By the way, when I do a wedding, my most important thing, I want to make sure that all the pictures and video look amazing. So I bring her down the aisle, and then the groom goes to pick her up, and that's when he does it instead of a full ceremony.
No, pulling, not unveiling, veiling.
Veiling, yeah.
The reverse, like pulling the veil over.
Yeah.
That I did.
Okay. Yeah.
Mazel tov.
And he's still married. And he's still married you. And he still married you.
He took the risk of not knowing who was behind the veil. He would just, make sure he knew.
People come to you and they say, I need a soulmate. I'm all alone. I want to find a guy who's rich and smart and has this and that and a safari. And what do you like? When they come at you with with their wish list? What do you do?
Well, first of all, I tell them I am a matchmaker, not a miracle worker. They both start with the letter M, but not to get confused.
That's on her card.
Okay. Other people say, do you have a guarantee? I said, if yes, I'll come to you. I'll pay you to match me, but I want a guarantee. I said, great, you sign on the dotted line and tell me you're going to do an arranged marriage. I got a guarantee for you. You want me to guarantee that your brain and your heart is going to choose somebody and you're going to say yes within the time that we're working together? I can't do that. And also that your brain's going to say yes and their brain's going to say yes and everybody, heart and soul, we're all going to be in. I don't have a guarantee for you. What I do is I offer opportunities to meet people that you probably weren't able to meet on your own.
Amazing.
And I offer a lot of support in terms of coaching and navigating the system and hand-holding.
And you have some guidelines and rules. My mother was a preschool teacher, and her little kids would joke. They're like, Miss Susan's coming over and she's bringing all of her rules. Because that's her shtick. And apparently that's stuck because Alisa has a lot of rules, which are really like guidelines, but I just tell you, they're really smart. Like if what you're doing isn't working, maybe you want to try my way, or you can just go do your way forever.
Now,
good luck.
Your rules.
You want to know my rules?
Yeah, what are Miss Alisa's rules?
I'm obsessed right now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I have the 5-date challenge, okay?
Shomer Negia.
No touching for the first 5 dates. Here's why. I don't care if you're secular, religious. I don't care your age. I don't care what background. I don't care what country you're from. It doesn't matter. If I like you and I want to see you for a second date and you like me and you want to see me for a second date and we agree, great, we get to a third date. If you do that 5 times, what do I know for sure? I don't have to be a psychic. I don't have to be a therapist. I don't even have to be your matchmaker. If I want to see you a 6th date and you want to see me a 6th date and you didn't touch me,
there's chemistry.
You must like my insides. You must like me as a human being that you want to see me. And I've talked to a lot of men and they're like, I'd take the 10-date challenge. And one guy goes, I'd take the 20. I'm like, what are we bidding on this now?
Hilarious.
So if you like the human being, then you're willing to stick around. And you're also dating for the human being. The touch, fine, whatever. You'll figure it out later. I'm sure you're all pretty good at figuring that out. No problem.
Right.
But if you don't like the human being, so who cares that I like your body, but I don't like who you are as a human? Like that's smart that we should date in the other way. Like everybody has the other. I used to have a theory. I grew up secular and I became observant.
Yeah.
And my theory when I was, I don't think I've ever said this before. You're getting unfiltered Alisa, okay? When I was, in my teens through my 20s, before I became observant, I was like, don't even bother going out with him. Just kiss him. If he's not a good kisser, ditch him, move on. You don't even know, who needs to know anything else? That was my dating theory, okay? It's a terrible theory. So he's a good kisser and he's a lousy human being? Who cares?
Right.
It's completely irrelevant. So if you're really dating for marriage, if you're dating for fun, then you should follow my teenage theory. But if you're really dating for marriage, then we should make sure I like the inside and then whatever we're going to see about the outside.
This dumb was dating for fun and then she got married.
I got married by accident.
That happens too.
It happens too. But okay, amazing. So
Okay, so that's one dating. Well, that's like the no touching. It works for everybody.
Okay.
I also have, along with that, with the 5-date challenge, is commit mentally to going out 5 dates. Basically, you're not saying no. You don't have to think. You're on a date. Are you going to go out again? Yes. Why? Just because I committed to doing this, unless it's horrible, a train wreck. Unless it's a firm, no, 1,000%. If you were the last person on the earth, I wouldn't even repopulate the earth with you.
And there's things that people could do on a date. Like if I was on a date with somebody and I saw that they pushed their food onto the fork, there's no second date. There's no, like, completely.
Yeah, like a little.
Like, when they
with the finger?
The finger, they push into the fork and eat it. There's no second date. I'll call you. Hi, Aleeza. Hi. No, I'm in the bathroom. She's sitting there. And
finger with the fork. She's pushing the food.
No. She's pushing the food onto the fork with her finger. So I'll pay for 5 more dates for her to go with somebody else.
No. So anyway, you mentally commit to it. But if it's a hard deal breaker, done. We're done. Move on.
I got you.
So that's kind of what I call also when in doubt, go out, or date them till you hate them.
When in doubt, go out.
Or date them till you hate them.
Or date them till you hate them.
Oh, you hate them. Wait, I have a present for you.
No.
Can I like go off and get it and come back? You're gonna really like it. No.
Bring it. Okay, yes. Okay, go do it. Wait. Date him
till you hate him.
Date him till you hate him.
My husband's still doing.
Your husband is dating because you hate him. Oh my God. Date him till you hate him.
Date him till you hate him yarmulke. Everybody's like, Aleeza, you have to make merch. I'm like, I'm not making merch. What? I don't need merch. But date him till you hate him.
Date him till you hate him.
It's good. It has clips. If you need clips, it's the perfect one. It can clip right on.
I know how yarmulkes come. I know how yarmulkes come. Date him till you hate him. I love you. Next. What was that? Commit. What was
the mentally committing to 5.
No, the other one that rhymes.
No.
When in doubt, go out.
When in doubt, go out. Okay.
Okay, wait. What are all of my rules? You can only move as fast as the slowest person in the relationship. Okay.
Correct.
So if can
we get a slogan for that rhymes?
I don't have a slogan for that one.
We can work.
We need one. Okay. I love rhyming things. That's like my thing.
It's so the best thing in the world.
It's the best thing in the world.
Be the friend that brings the friends to the comedy show. Be a proud Jew and be you. Yeah. No. Yeah. It's things that.
Well, I also do and I do poetry a little bit, and I've like written songs, even though I'm not a songwriter. But like I think no, not songs, but I should write psalms.
So go ahead. So what's the next thing?
What other rules do I have? Oh my gosh, I didn't come with a list here.
And then my next phase of questions I have.
Okay, let me.
Yeah. Do they follow the instructions, most of them?
Well, on the show, some of them didn't.
No, but in real life. But in general.
So in general, I give guidelines and I say, do your best to follow. But you're you. Like you do you, but again, like
but
maybe
if you want to succeed.
But maybe you want to try something different to get different results. Right. People who follow, it just goes easier. The other thing about this, with all the rules, is I want to knock out the thinking for a moment, because a lot of people who get stuck in the dating cycle are thinkers. There's the knowers, thinkers, and the feelers. Okay, right. There's 3. I'm going to give you my little spiel here. There's 3 kinds of daters. There's the I dater, the we dater, and the you dater. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Yeah. The I dater is the one that looks at you. They like walk in the room. They give you like a once over, and they're like, no. Like they're done. You didn't even open your mouth. They looked at your belt. They looked at your shoes, and they are out.
Okay. By the way, that's a lot. If shoes and belt and bag are going to be horrible, then it's okay. So why is that I dating?
Because they know. They absolutely know. I know everything I need to know. If they come to Aleeza, they basically suck my brain. They do what they want with the information, and they move on. Okay. They don't like need your. They know. I know.
If they know, then they won't be coming to you.
They sometimes just want information or perspective. Not that they're going to listen, but it's helpful to process. But they do their own thing. The you daters, they like you. And every time they go out, they're like, oh, I think this is wonderful. And they're like, it could be my soulmate. And then, they break up. And then the next one is like, oh, we went out. It's like, they're hopeful. They have a feeling. They like a lot of different types of people. Like they're very open. They like love people. Yeah. So you're this style and you're this style and I'm this style. And they love all of us. And we're all wonderful. And they feel it. Like it just feels nice and they have a nice time. So it's good and it's good enough. Who's going to be the decision maker? You, the other person dating them, is going to decide, because a person that likes them back, because they like a lot of different styles of people and it's genuine, you will decide. And they feel it. They feel into it. If they totally feel out, it wouldn't work. The we daters are the most difficult. Like they, what do you think? Hey, do you have a nice time? Yeah, I don't know. You want to go out again? I mean, maybe, I guess I could. You keep asking them questions. They don't have an answer. And they literally live in I don't know land.
Why not we?
Because they're a communal decision maker. We together, they come, Aleeza, what should I do? You want me? I can give you advice and support and perspective, but you have to make the decision. No. Tell me what I should do. Okay. Like you do it. We do it together. Like I'm only going to do it if you're on board. And they talk to Aleeza and their mother and their father and their sister and their brother and their best friend, their neighbor and their coworker and they have 27 people they're talking to.
Those people make me crazy.
They make themselves crazy. They don't know what to do. And I believe that 70% of daters are like that. I think only 15% are I and 15%
who do that on their
you.
iPhone. She said this. What do you think? But my friend who texted me, I texted him and she said that.
That's it.
And text. And I don't text. You know I don't text. Yes, no, here, there, done. My texts do not go to the second line. And they literally, they're telling what each one said to each other. I got that. That's insanity.
But
it's very hard. They are the thinkers, okay? The I people are the knowers. They know it. The we people are the feelers. They feel it. And the you people, the we people, they're the thinkers. Like, of course they have feelings, but they're thinking themselves through and out of the situation.
And you know what it sounds like on Pesach, the wise son, the wise son, the dumb son, and the son that forgot to pay the mortgage, whatever. I forgot what the rabbi forgot the 4 sons.
The one who doesn't know how to ask.
Doesn't know how to ask, exactly.
But this is why I have the rules, so that you can remove the thinking part of it. Not that you're removing your thinking, but in the first 5 dates, look, the goal of a first date is to get a second, and the goal of a second is to get a third, and the goal of the third is to get a fourth, right? We just want to get to that next date to see if there's potential. If it's horrible, it's a no. If it's anything other than a no, it's a yes. If it's not a no, it's a go. That's it. If it's not a no,
it's a go. Yeah. Oh my God, that's the third one we got out of it. Date him until you hate him. If it's not a no, it's a go. What was the other one?
When in doubt, go out.
When in doubt, go out. I love you. You're literally like, you're a merch company's like dream.
I'm tweetable. I'm so, like so with my tweetable. Little quotables.
Okay, so now, pools. How good. You have a pool of men and women. Yeah. That's what you deal with. Yeah. You would deal with heterosexual Jewish marriages. Yeah. Okay. And so now you have a pool, and you don't just say, you and you try this. You have to feel something, no?
So first of all,
let me tell you something. In the gay world,
yeah,
this is just the worst thing in the world is this. You have a woman who has a gay friend who's her florist. I'm being super stereotypical. You know what? I'm sorry. Her gay friend who's a dermatologist and her gay friend who's her hairdresser. Oh my God. You should meet just because he's gay. Yeah. You should meet. Yeah. And it's like never. It's never. So let me just tell you, if
that's the way it works in that world, it works the same way. I just thought of this. It must be true. God must have sent this to me. You're the 2 single people I know. I think you should go out. You've got a nose, she's got a nose, and you live in New York. This is great. Let's make a match.
I used to have a line. I would say, I'm out on stage now. I was always out. Yeah. But I was never out on stage. And now I'm on stage so people don't come to me and are you single? So back in the day, people go, you're single? I have someone for you. I have the perfect.
They're amazing.
I have the perfect person for you. And they always think because they have a sense of humor, which is like the last thing I need. But like,
I just need somebody to laugh at me. I'm the funny one.
I was like, oh, you're the perfect person for me. Is she into bondage? And that's the face they make. Huh? I go, no. Then she's not my soulmate. She's not my. And they never would ask again. It was just this great boom. It's like bondage. What the hell?
So I think this is universal then.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's just because you just.
Well, so if you're not a matchmaker, you're not thinking like a matchmaker. You're just thinking, who do I know who's single? I like you and I want to help you. It comes from a really good place. I want to help you. Okay? I want to help you, and therefore let me rack my brain. Oh, inspiration. Had an idea of a human. That's the only person I could think of in my whole Rolodex. I spent like 3 seconds thinking, but that's the first person I thought of. This should be great. Let me swap numbers.
No, so hold on. Let's just go back. You went over an amazing klal. General thing that we have in this podcast is the Rebbe always says helping. And when you help somebody, the bracha v'atzlacha comes. So your intention is literally to help.
But to really help, not to, oh my gosh, this is, and I don't tell me somebody's amazing. If you say amazing, I don't even want to hear the next word out of your mouth.
Awful.
Why?
Oh, the other one is interesting. She's very interesting. Really, why? She's missing an arm. To watch you eat steak is really interesting. Awful words. Well, they're not, first of all, they're not descriptive. And second of all, they're not specific to why they are interesting for me. So like I have an amazing match. My first question is, what made you think of them for me? Not think of them. I know you thought of them because they popped into your mind. For me. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. If that's the first thing out of their mouth, we're already disqualified. We have to keep going. But for me, are they similar, whatever, the age range that works for me, the location, do you think our personalities were matched? How much do you know about them? Are they your dermatologist or are they somebody that you've had a 3-hour conversation with and you know them?
I'm a little lost. This is the question to you or you to them?
This is like any Joe who's trying to sit, you know, like you were talking about anybody like that.
Sorry, right, not you.
Okay, but what are you thinking
What are you? I want you? We know that's how the rest of the world works out, but how do you?
Okay, so I've got 3 categories and only 2 of them are really relevant for matchmaking.
Example.
Here we go.
Please. We only have an hour for this. I can't.
You're married.
But my husband will be so happy if she can pawn me off on somebody else.
Okay. Stop.
Okay, so there's 3 categories. There's qualities, fears, and bothers. Okay?
Qualities, fears, bothers. Okay.
Qualities are your personality, your values, the type of life you want to lead. Okay? Those are all in qualities.
Right.
Fears are me. Whoever you are, Alisa, my relationship fears. If you come from abuse, addiction, divorce, whatever, I have a fear of this going forward. Somebody cheated on me. I have a fear of this going forward, right? It either comes from seeing it in somebody else's life or having some sort of a trauma in my life that happened. And therefore now I have this fear that somebody else will possibly mistreat me or mishandle our relationship. Okay. The third category is bothers. And that's like what irritates me and bothers me about you.
Everybody, the fork with the food and the finger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But like, is that really a deal breaker or is that like just annoying and you could live with it if everything else was amazing?
Oh, it's
okay. You don't have to answer it. That's fine. That's really a deal breaker. That's fine. Totally. Okay. So the bothers we're never ever trying to figure out. You're going to figure that out once you go out. So all I have to know is this a person that will trigger your fears? Because I like know you well and I know that you came from. Give me a situation. Who do you know? Somebody who came from something that they're anxious about what? Give me a made-up scenario.
Well, you have somebody that came to you that's already been divorced twice. They're scared to death.
They're scared to death of making the wrong decision and getting divorced again.
Right.
Great. That's the client, whoever that is, they own that. That's their stuff. But making sure that you're setting them up with somebody who is reliable, maybe on time, somebody who doesn't trigger that anxiety of this could happen again because somebody might leave me or not be there for me. Okay?
Good.
And then personalities have to have some sort of a match. They have to have some similarities or some banter, some opposites that interplay, some humor, things like that. And what kind of a life do they want to build?
Correct.
So somebody that wants to still have children and somebody who's like, been there, done that, I'm done, we're not putting them together. And you'd think that that's obvious. And they're like, no. But maybe once they meet you, they'll change their mind.
Oh, wow. Yes. Okay. That's a big ding, 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 ding. No.
That's a red flag.
Such a red flag. Nobody.
Do you have one that you hold up, a red flag?
I just like,
no, she has a.
You know what?
Purim.
I'm
good idea.
Find more merch with a red flag and it's gonna. Yeah. strike three, you're out. Okay. So I want to make sure these things are in alignment to a degree that I could see, either by talking to them or reading a profile or knowing about them. Okay. And that's a smart match.
So I will tell you something right away. So, in one world that I know, in the Chabad Lubavitch world, when they do the shadchans, when the matchmakers make they
what is that? What's a shadchan?
You can't. We're literally thinking of having a segment like what does she not know?
It's going to be a long segment.
Shidduch,
okay.
Shidduch is a match and a shadchanit.
It's also a stapler in Hebrew.
Oh my God.
Like it brings the things together.
I never know if she's like lying when she doesn't know something. Anyway. So hold on. So like in their world where they have shluchim, where they have emissaries, the people go out to be a Chabad house around. Yeah. So when they make the matches within Lubavitch, they ask the girl, do you want to go with the guy who's going to be a rabbi in the end of the earth somewhere? Or do you want a guy who's a businessman who's going to stay in Crown Heights?
That's a big thing.
It's a big thing. So huge. What the thing. And then someone taught me this, which is an amazing thing that the Rebbe said. So why, if she's this and that, they go on a date, they go on their date to see if there's Mishichat Halev. If there's a Mishichat Halev, you have to translate that for you.
If it's just in Hebrew, I don't need your help. It's the pulling of the heart.
Of the heart, right. But I believe, I from my a little bit of learning and my little bit of being married is you are not the same person you're going to be in 20 years or in 5 or 10 years. You have to see, is this somebody you can grow with? It's because they're not going to be the same person, So is it somebody you can grow with?
Yeah. And
bring light into the world.
Yeah.
Together. I remember I did a show for singles. It was in Florida, and it was singles. It was so specific. It was singles that are 30 to 45.
Yeah.
So it was super specific.
Very marriage-minded age.
But also, obviously, they've been through it.
Yes.
They've already been through. They've been like, if they're at this situation, 30, looking to get married at this event, and somebody asked me, "What's a great joke, or what's a question I should ask her? What could I hit her with?" And again, back to the Lubavitch Rebbe, when two people meet, what's the first thing you should discuss is how to help somebody else. So I think on a shidduch date, with people, it's like, how can we help the world? What charities are you into? I love to work with kids that have autism. I love to work with elderly people. I think
we're going to add matchmaker, comedian. You got a whole long title here going.
You need, but you need to see how can you help the world? Because if you two as a couple aren't helping the world, bracha v'atzlacha is not going to come to you. Blessings and success won't come to you. And you have to be able to grow. You see sometimes couples where the wife finds a rabbi that she loves and she's going to his classes, and the husband's super not into it. Not in religious circles so much, but in not religious circles when one of the people becomes a little more religious.
A little inspired.
And they start listening to her. And they want to keep a little more Shabbat and maybe not answer their phone. Yeah. Can the husband grow with her? Or can the wife grow with him? And
there is a theory, and this is, I think it is actually somewhere in, whether it's the Gemara or the Talmud or something, that if the woman is at a higher level or a more spiritually evolved level, that the match can work. But if the man is there and he's trying to schlep her along, that it does not work as well.
Really?
Yeah. That is more difficult. The woman, in traditionally in Judaism, the woman sets the tone for the home and she's building up the family. If she's not into it, the family is not going to be into it. Right? If she is into it, he'll schlep along at his pace. Maybe as long as he's not very anti or opposed to it, it's okay. She does her thing and runs it the way that she wants, and he'll come when he can make it work.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's the thing.
Wow. Yeah.
I did not follow any of it. Is a miracle that I'm in the situation that I'm in all of these rules.
No.
Are so foreign.
Yes, there are rules. And yes, there are cute little sayings. Mm-hmm. And then there is Hashem and Hashgacha Pratis.
Who?
divine
intervention. God said this one. God looked at you and goes, "Oh no! I gotta get involved here. She needs to meet Guy, and this is how it's gonna happen." And
you guys were friends, or how did it? Somebody just set you up?
You want to know the truth?
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna lose clients
I don't know.
What are you doing on Modi's podcast with Periel?
I met him at my cousin's wedding in Israel. And I was really, and I'm going to say it nicely.
Please.
That I was really looking to just have sex with the hottest Israeli guy I could find and never see him again.
And you ended up
marrying him.
Nice.
Because Hashem, no.
Well done.
Or because I'm really good in bed.
Okay.
Now we're on to a different podcast.
Yeah,
Back to matchmaking.
God's not here. The rabbi's not here. So somebody has to show
God would have been 3 lines into this right now, but she's the
but it's interesting really to be more serious because I lived in New York. He lived in Israel. The last thing I was looking for was a relationship. My cousin tried to set us up, and she said, my cousin's coming to the wedding from New York, and Guy said, what am I going to do with a girl from New York? Like he had no interest.
He didn't want to move to New
York.
No. And you schlepped him to New York.
I didn't schlep him anywhere. That's what my mother-in-law says.
Oh, that's again another podcast. But I literally think I believe. Listen, when you're dealing with matches, when you're dealing with yes.
But all of matchmaking is divine intervention. I'm just an assistant. I'm God's assistant.
I love that.
That's it. People are like, how many matches did you make? I don't make the matches.
She's a kli.
That's it. God makes the matches, and I'm just the schmoozer in between.
Right.
I love
to like facilitate. I'm the facilitator.
Facilitate. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you have a favorite couple or like something that just like really
that can give hope to people?
Okay, I'll tell you a story. So I was working with a woman. Matchmaking is a 3-part process. Sorry, I got to take a step back.
So many
okay? I have so many things.
You know what you remind me of? Oh my God, you remind me of like in high school, we had that biology teacher who taught us how to do like the outline. It's like this and then 3 rules and that.
But it makes my brain work so that like I can pull all the information together.
Wait, okay, and we have to we're going to skim over this very quickly, and no one's going to get excited. Astrological signs. Are you into that at all with matchmaking? There is
something to it, but we're above the stars. As Jewish people, we believe that we're not bound by the stars.
We're not bound.
There is a mazel within the stars, but you can go beyond.
Right. It shows you what. It just shows you. I can't right now with her. I literally can't. It's like if you have a Taurus who's somebody who loves comfort, you know, and you have somebody else who is like a Gemini who can't make a decision, and you're putting them together, right? So like, there's things you can do to help them. So you can tell the Gemini, you can tell the Gemini, if you want him to go to that restaurant, say the chairs there are much comfortable. It's not as loud. It's not as loud.
Language.
But again, in the words of the reason we have our signs is to know what we have to watch out for. Right. I'm a Taurus. I want to be comfortable. Hey, Leo wants to go to a restaurant that's not so comfortable. Break out of your boundaries and go to that speak to them in their language. But does that at all?
I don't really use it. Okay. It's not anything that I like will actually match. Cute. I don't match based on.
I got you. And fine. And
you can have hope for the horoscope.
And mazal. Did we talk about this mazal thing?
No.
Dina's father told me what mazal really means. My Rabbi Yisrael Yokel Gross from Kerastir, told me mazal is makom, zman, lashon. Right? Makom, a place, zman, time, and lashon. You just have to be in the right place at the right time and say the right thing. And there's your mazel.
So true.
I just got chills.
Chills.
I love it.
Chills.
So true.
Okay.
So
you on the last thing. I'm sorry I cut you off.
So a matchmaker has 3 jobs, okay? A matchmaker needs to be a connector. That's like the matchmaker, make me a match, put 2 people together. You need to be a coach. You need to talk them through the process, walk them through it. You think, yes, no, maybe, why? Don't bail yet. Wait, hang on, okay? And you got to be a closer, you know? Yay, we're getting married, or forget it, moving on. This is it. Get out, okay?
Yeah.
I love believe it or not, the coaching and the closing. I love the head, the heart, the thinking, the talking, whatever. Sticking two people together, fine. Anybody can do it. The 3-year-old could be like, ah!
Right.
They can stick you together. But you making it work, to me, that's the real work of the match, and I love it. So I had a client years ago that I was working with, and we did a lot of coaching, like a year's worth of like prepping, getting ready. And she's like, Aleeza, and we were trying to date also through the process, but we were really like working through a lot of stuff. She did a styling session. She, got her, physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything in line where she wanted to be. And she says to me, great, what's next? She's a good student, homework, give me my homework. I said, you're done by me. I'm actually not sure why God's waiting on this. Like, you passed every test. You did everything I asked. We are totally ready. First of all, you need to just go on cruise control. Continue doing everything that you're doing, everything that we set up. Number one. Number two, everybody in the world needs to know that you're looking for somebody and you cannot pass up any potential opportunities. Just listen and think. Do they know my soulmate when they're talking? I don't care if they're talking about work. Just think. She ends up at a Shabbos table, and this rabbi flies in from across the country, and he's like, I have this thing that I do. I'm telling you about 2 singles, one guy and one girl that I know. If you know anybody for them, let me know. And the guy that he speaks about, she goes, I want to meet him. So she tells him, I think this could be a match. He's on the other side of the country, but I want you to make the match. That's where her match came from.
Wow. See?
And they're such a beautiful couple. They worked so hard to build the relationship. It wasn't easy. It was long distance. It was a whole, like, when we go back in the story, why wasn't he ready? He had been going through some things and he wasn't actually dating. She was the first person that he dated when he came out of all of that.
Wow.
Right? So yes, it needs to be the right person and the right time, and you have to say the right thing.
Exactly.
But you have to advocate for yourself. And she did, and she was in a great place. And also, at a certain point, you're single, and you're like, what's wrong with me? Why does nobody want me? Wrong question.
I never asked that when I was
There's
single.
nothing wrong with you.
Nothing.
You are who you are. You got your
Yep.
quirks. You got your things. Fine. You want to fix something. You're going to fix something for the rest of your life. You're a human being, not an angel. You're not perfect. So it's really important that you just know you're a great human, and that's fine.
Correct.
And it's just not the right, if it's not the right time, then
not.
It doesn't matter what you do. It's not going to be the right
Right.
person, and just be healthy and be happy and keep things moving.
I didn't meet my soulmate till I was 45. And so but I never in my life said there's something wrong with me. There's nothing. I was okay. And then I said, wow, this is somebody I would love to share things with. And then,
But you knew immediately.
yeah, immediately.
Which is
Immediately.
That's like an I person.
But there was no doubt in my head that this is, this is different.
I mean, that's insane.
it's an
I knew
indicator.
immediately also that there was something different that, I mean, you felt it.
Yeah, you felt I could annoy this guy for the rest of my life. I could really upset this guy.
I said you didn't know immediately. You were just looking to have fun the first
No,
night.
but I knew that.
That there was something more that was there.
To have these little things, these little catchphrases.
People live by this. A cousin of mine wrote to me. He goes, oh my gosh, this lady, she's 73 and he's 71. And I have the most amazing story. She went out on a first date and it was just like, And she's thinking, I'm not so into him. Like, he's okay, but like his looks.
I don't hate him.
Right. And then she goes, date him till you hate him. I don't hate him. All right, I'll go out again. She goes, I got to call her. She's going out already, past 5 dates. They're so happy. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Right?
My
the
God.
advice is for
Can
all
I just tell
ages.
you? Can I tell you an amazing story?
Yeah.
First of all, like Leo and I have this is it. Hydrate, moisturize, be nice to each other. Showing Gadavant. That's all you need. Hydrate, moisturize, which is almost the same thing. You have to just you can't, if you're not hydrated, you're not gonna be okay. And moisturize, keep it together, and just be nice. Just be nice. Just be nice. It's all you really need. That works for us. I did a show for Tikva, which is an organization in London, which was we're gonna talk about in the next episode, and there was a woman, and Karen came. Karen, who's on our podcast, Bishko came. She's older, late 30s, I think. And she is dating. And there was a woman that sat next to her who her husband passed away over a year ago. They were married 60 years. And she's found someone that she's going on a cruise with.
Oh.
And I was like, wow. And it just gave Karen so much hope. And it was such a sweet little moment, and there's hope. let's wrap this up. You are, I cannot thank you for coming on the podcast enough. We are such fans of yours, and we wish you nothing but success with your show. And to all of the couples that you work with, they should all have Mashiach energy relationships and create Mashiach energy. Otherwise, your relationship's not worth anything. How do we plug? What's Netflix, period. Netflix. She's on Netflix.
You can go on any social at Aleeza Ben Shalom and find me. And you can go to my website. You can either use my name or my really long, not memorable business name, marriage-minded-mentor.com.
I actually like that.
Because I'm marriage-minded and you're marriage-minded and I can mentor you and I can get you to the chuppah. That's why.
Do you have a book coming out?
Oh my gosh. I have a book coming out.
There's no way you can't. All the things you...
I have a book coming
it's
out.
like literally... By the way, I have the proposal right here. Here's the proposal.
I'm coming back. I want to come. We'll come back
whenever
in December.
You want. Whenever
it's
you
coming
want.
out December 3rd.
Come back.
It's called Matchmaker. Find me a love that lasts. And I think that's what people want. It's not find me a love. It's not find me a date. It is find me a love that lasts.
Yes.
I want a lifetime of a human that I want to be with.
Oh yeah.
Right? That I like. It just hits the heart, and it goes through. It's got date 'em till you hate 'em, and my Aleeza-isms and advice, and it's told through stories, and it's phenomenal. It happens to be really, really good. I had support in pulling the whole thing together and making sure that this is going to hit a home run.
Amen. So that's it. That's how you can reach her. And Periel?
At Periel Ashen Brands on Instagram.
That's it. And ModiLive.com for all the shows. There are so many things happening. We are in everywhere. The Beacon, there's still tickets. The Palladium, there's a few tickets left in London. I'm not in order. We have Atlantic City, Nashville. We have Montreal. We have the Summer Series tour. We have Australia, Modi in Australia, and then we have Pause for Laughter tour. Make sure you take time to laugh with what's happening in the world. Everything's on ModiLive.com. And of course, be the friend that brings the friends to the comedy show. That creates Mashiach energy. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Whites in Luxembourg. And thank you, A&H Provisions, for collaborating with us. And thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.